Nagisa, let me be the first to get your autograph.
What doting parents.
Sure, you may laugh now, but if you have a daughter, you'll be the same way.
No way, old man, that's gross.
I don't know, I think you may be right, Tomoya. You're just like Dad after all.
Ah, no way, man, that's gross! 2 months, huh?
Yep, I'm 2 months along.
You're gonna have it, right?
Of course I am.
It's gonna be tough.
I'm here to protect her.
No?
That's right, I don't have to worry as long as I have Tomoya. We've made it this far by working together, haven't we?
It's funny how much Tomoya reminds me of you, Akio.
Well,
When we found out I was pregnant with Nagisa, you said the exact same thing, remember? You promised to protect her.
I did say that, didn't I? Hang in there, you little good-for-nothing bum!
Good for nothing, huh? I can't afford to be like that now. Nagisa will have to take off time from work. Who knows if she'll ever go back. It'll be up to me to support all 3 of us. This is it. We're becoming a real family now. All this has got me thinking, though. Is this the way my father felt before I was born?
Congratulations.
What?
What do you mean, what? I heard about the baby.
Baby? Your wife had a baby? I didn't know.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Mr. Okazaki.
No, she hasn't had the baby just yet. Who did you hear that from, Yoshino?
Sanai told Coco, then Coco told me. And by now, I'm sure all of our neighbors know too.
Never underestimate the power of gossip.
Even though you have a job, you're still growing up in a lot of ways. And now that you're about to be a dad, I'm afraid you're gonna have to grow up a lot faster.
Yeah, it's kinda sudden. I need some time to let it sink in.
Once your child is born, I'm sure you'll understand whether you want to or not. We humans are strange beings. Not one of us can live on our own. And yet, young or old, we're all able to get through life by giving and receiving support from others. 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth was born in a small corner of this vast...
Before I knew it, several weeks had passed. As Nagisa entered her 3rd month, her morning sickness got worse, and she spent a lot of time in bed.
Sorry, Tomoya. I hate to trouble you with all this stuff.
Don't worry about it. It only takes a few minutes. It's no trouble at all.
I'm still sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. We worked together on everything, remember? Have you had the chance to eat anything today?
Yeah, but I didn't have much of an appetite.
Is there some medicine that would help, or that sort of thing?
Not when it comes to morning sickness, but there are things you can do to help with the nausea. I get sick just drinking water, so I have to get my fluids with ice cubes. Oh wow, it's cold.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. You feeling okay?
Not too bad, I guess.
Good to hear. Even if it's just a little bit, you should try to eat when you can. Open wide.
You had to make dinner all by yourself, didn't you?
Oh, you could tell? Guess they aren't very pretty, huh?
I don't care what they look like. Let me give it a try. Thanks, it's good.
Once again, time flew by. I was so wrapped up in my daily life with Nagisa that I hardly even noticed.
Good morning.
You sure you should be out of bed?
I'm fine. I'm actually feeling a lot better today. The last time I went to the doctor, he said things should start settling down around the 10th week. It looks like he was right.
Everything's going according to plan, huh?
Uh-huh. No complaints from me. I, need to ask you something.
Home birth?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about giving birth right here in this room.
Wow, you can really do something like that?
Yesterday, while I was at the hospital, I picked up this brochure for maternity class. It has an article about mothers who gave birth at home, and I thought I'd like to do that.
After the mother gives birth, the father steps in to give the child its first bath.
If you have your baby like normal at the hospital, you might not get to spend much time with it right after it's born. That's why I thought it might be nice if we did it this way instead. This is our home, so I thought we should start a family here. I'd like to have my baby in my own town, in my own room, where I belong. Do you think we could do that?
She wants to give birth at home? How'd you like my cornering back there?
Could you turn that off, please?
I don't know, kid. Giving birth is enough trouble as it is. Doing it at home is just gonna complicate things, don't you think?
Yeah, I know what you mean. The doctor said he was worried about Nagisa's health. Still, seems she's really set on it, so I'd like to do it if we can. I mean, assuming it doesn't put her health at risk, of course.
I agree. You have to consider safety first for Nagisa and the baby. But still, I see why you would want to have the baby at home. The nurse took Nagisa away from me as soon as she was born. Of course, Akio got to hold her a little bit later, but that was only after the hospital staff said it was okay.
They might have gotten the first touch, but I got the first lick.
Really, Dad? You licked me after I was born?
It's your fault for being so cute. I couldn't resist.
I don't care how cute I was. You shouldn't do that.
Oh, well, too late now.
Anyway, do you agree with the home birth idea?
I'm okay with it as long as Nagisa's healthy enough. When the baby's born, you can hold it. But let me warn you, I'm gonna be the first to lick that baby, you hear me?
Nuh-uh, Dad. Tomoya's the father, so he gets the first lick.
Actually, I think I'll pass.
Oh, you don't want to? Then Dad it is.
Wow, you two are some pair.
This is my friend Yagi. She works as a midwife, so I thought she might be able to talk to you about the home birth.
Nice to meet you. I hope I can help out.
Hello, I'm Nagisa Okazaki. Thanks for taking the time to stop by.
Hi, I'm her husband, Tomoya.
Your mother tells me you'd like to give birth here in your apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it's a little run down, but do you think it'd be possible?
As long as it's a relaxing environment, it's fine. But you still have plenty of time to think it over. I'll go through all of your options with you some other time.
We look forward to working with you, ma'am.
If anything new happens, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you, ma'am. I will.
I let Yagi know that Nagisa has health problems before we came by. She said not to talk about it too much or it'll just make Nagisa anxious, regardless of if you go with the home birth or not.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, Tomoya, what were you talking to Mom about just now?
Huh? Oh, nothing, really.
It's all right. You don't have to hide it or anything. You two were talking about my health, right? I understand that you and my parents are worried since I'm sure the delivery is going to be tough on me. But even if something bad happens to me, the only thing I want is to give birth to a healthy baby.
Come on, don't say stuff like that. Listen, everyone's working together because we want you to have a safe delivery.
I should have thought of that. I'm sorry, Tomoya.
You know, this really reminds me of when we were in high school.
Huh?
I mean, back when the drama club was working so hard so you could put on your play for the festival. Let's hope this turns out just as well.
Do you know who I am? I'm your daddy.
Lie to the baby, Dad. You're gonna confuse it before it's even born.
Wow, what a lame baby. It can't even take a little joke.
It's Nagisa's baby, isn't it? Of course he can't take a joke. Grandpa.
Damn it, don't you ever call me that again!
Oh, right. Akio wants to be called Aki when the baby's born.
Aki, you got it? Aki.
No more prenatal education.
I know Akio is just joking, but by this point, your baby's ears have probably developed enough to hear outside sounds. You might want to consider playing some music for it sometime.
Oh, music's no problem. I sing to it all the time. Dango, 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 dango family. Dango, 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 dango family.
At the time, I thought everything was going to work out perfectly. Well, that's what I said at least. But somewhere in my heart, I knew that wasn't true. Hey, I'm home. Nagisa!
Don't worry, I'm fine. I just feel a little weak, that's all.
Nagisa gave me a call a while ago and I rushed over. By the time I got here, she'd apparently collapsed on the floor.
If something bad happened, then you should have told me.
Sorry, Tomoya. I didn't want to bother you while you were at work, that's all.
At any rate, don't worry. The baby is still as healthy as can be.
Well, that's good.
Don't be afraid to call me if anything else happens.
Just to be extra careful, starting tomorrow, I'll look after Nagisa till you get off work. That should take a little stress off of you, right?
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate it. How are you feeling? Is there anything you want?
No, I have everything I need. As long as I have you with me, then there's nothing to worry about.
You're tough, aren't you? Well, I'll try not to worry myself.
Don't be afraid, Tomoya. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're right, of course.
Whatever happens, we can get through it together. And besides, how can I worry when I have you to protect me?
Nagisa. Even though she said that, everything had changed. I couldn't pretend to be as happy as I was before.
Tomoya!
Oh, hey, Sanai.
So, how was your day? This is where Nagisa used to work? I see. I always wanted to come here, but never found the time. It's a pretty groovy place, isn't it?
Your slang's a little off.
Huh. Well, now I feel old. There's something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah?
It's about Nagisa and the baby. I spoke with the doctor the other day, and he said there may be some risks we didn't know about when she gives birth. And just for the record, I haven't told Nagisa yet. The doctor told me in private, but you should know too.
You say some risks, but what exactly do you mean by that? Are you saying that Nagisa might die?
I'm not sure. He said the burden placed on her body will be a little greater than a normal delivery. But that's speaking for Nagisa. The childbirth itself should be unaffected.
I see.
Of course, that's assuming Nagisa's health stays stable for the delivery. As you know, her condition gets worse sometimes. That could be a serious factor in this as well. To be honest, we don't know much about Nagisa's illness, so it's hard to predict. I think the doctor was worried about a worst-case scenario, but we should be ready for anything. It's hard to say what's the right choice and what's the wrong choice in this situation. That's why I wanted to go over things with you first, so you could give it some careful consideration. Take some time and talk to Nagisa about it. Once you've discussed the situation, you can talk to the doctor together. Then we can all make a decision together as a family.
Considering the worst-case scenario, do you think we should give up on having a baby now?
I'm afraid that isn't my place to say. However, if you go that route, you should do it as quickly as you can. I want you to really think about this.
Thanks for caring so much, Sanai. It really means a lot.
We're a family after all.
I'm sorry. I still want to have the baby.
No, it's fine. I had a feeling you'd say that.
I know I'm weak and this could be a risk for me, but I don't want to rob my child of a chance at life because of that. So if it's safer to have a delivery at the hospital, then I don't mind giving up on the home birth.
Nagisa.
Tomoya, I want to see our child no matter what.
So what did the doctor say?
He said she would have fewer risks if she gave birth at the hospital. I guess that's a relief, but I'm still worried about it.
I take it Nagisa hasn't changed her mind on the issue then.
No. I think she's pretty scared about this whole thing, though. She tries to act like she's happy, but she probably feels the same way I do.
All right, come with me. Here you go, my secret hideout in all its glory. I come here to play baseball with the kids, or just space out and spend some time alone.
I get it. So all those times you disappeared from work, this is where you came. Not quite what I expected.
They've been cutting down the trees bit by bit. Sooner or later, they're gonna build a hospital here. Anyway, that's not the point.
Thank you. Nice throw.
Remember that story I told you 2 years ago? When I was in the theater troupe, I mean. Back when Sanai was a teacher, before we had the bakery. Like I told you before, Nagisa ended up staying by herself a lot during that time. On that particular day, Sanai had to go to work and we ended up leaving Nagisa home with a fever. Of course, we tried to get off work, but it just didn't work out. When we left her, Nagisa's condition was stable, so we'd hope we'd get back before anything bad happened. Unfortunately, Nagisa went outside, waiting for us to come home. We found her collapsed in the snow when we came back. By dawn, things were looking pretty grim. I didn't even know that kind of sadness was possible. What I'm about to tell you now, I've never told anyone but Sanai. Before I knew it, I was running and running with Nagisa in my arms. I don't know what I was doing or where I was going, but somehow I ended up here. I fell to my knees and prayed. Please help Nagisa. I don't want her to die like this. That was all I could do. That was my only hope. Then all of a sudden it was like the grass and the trees and the sun enveloped Nagisa with its warm light. It seemed like a dream at first, but it couldn't be. It had to be real. Tears welled up in my eyes, and I swear I've never been so grateful in my entire life. Ever since then, I've tried to keep an eye on this place. I almost feel like it's another part of Nagisa. It's a strange story, huh? But I'm telling you, it really happened just like that.
Yeah, I believe you.
Of course, that doesn't mean you can pray and magically have all your wishes come true. But still, I think if you push and shove with all you got until the bitter end, even if it ain't a miracle, the results won't be all that bad.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Now, I'm not saying she should have the baby, but Nagisa has the most to lose, so she should decide. And whatever her decision is, we should all shut up and accept it. You know, kid. I mean, Tomoya. I hate to say it, but I've got a feeling you got a lot of hardship and a lot of sadness ahead of you. But together, you two, or rather all of us, should be able to overcome it.
Yeah.
Remember, we're family now. We're here to help each other out.
I love the breeze. Feels so nice and cool. The baby just moved.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. It's a weird feeling, like it's sliding around in there.
No kidding.
Guess we better come up with a name, huh?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it much, but we need a boy's name and a girl's name, don't we?
Either way, how about we take a character from your name, Tomoya?
Nah, it doesn't matter to me. Besides, it'll have my last name either way. Let's take something from your name instead, how about that?
But my name's kind of hard to work with, so it'll end up sounding silly. Like Nagisako or Nagisami or something like that.
Well, okay, Nagisa means shore, right? So how about we think of a name that has an ocean theme?
Oh, good idea. In that case, how about Ushio? We can use the character for Tide.
Yushio.
Yep. Strong and fearless, the rising and falling ocean waves, the endless ebb and flow of the tide. Perfect, right? And best of all, it works whether it's a girl or a boy.
So it's Yushio Okazaki, huh?
A lot of things happen in life, some of them good and some of them bad. But no matter what, the tide will always come back to the shores again and again. And so I'll stand by watching, just as the shores watch the tide come and go.
So you're saying the tides are bigger and stronger than the shore?
Of course, they travel the whole ocean.
And like the ocean, I hope our child isn't just strong. I hope it's as kind and nurturing as the deepest waters. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I hope so too.
We couldn't go to the beach this summer after all, huh?
I know. It's a shame, isn't it? I really wanted to go to the beach with you.
All right then, let's make a promise.
A promise?
Yeah, we're going to come to the beach with Yushio next year, no matter what. It's a promise.
A promise.
Uh-huh, you promise, right, Nagisa?
Yeah, of course. I promise. Talking about one hidden world, but there may be any number of them out there. In fact, there may be as many worlds as there are possibilities in our lives.
Fujibayashi, you said something like that a long time ago when you were telling our fortunes, right?
Right. The future isn't something predetermined. There are all sorts of possibilities out there. I still believe in that.